for making the live broadcast of Bystanders a reality. Of course, it's your online newspaper review program talking about bystanders at newsstands with Michael Adekunle. And we are right here at the newsstands with the reviewers, trying to review what we have on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper on Fulani crisis. 7-day ultimatum to Fulani elders. Presidency Akeredolu at war. Presidency Akeredolu at war. Akeredolu can't tell others to leave Ondo State. That's what presidency is reacting to here. My ultimatum stands. That's what Ondo Governor Akeredolu is saying. My ultimatum stands. Ondo Governor replies presidency. Quickly to the top of the paper, we have not can't recover from insecurity in 100 years. Say Northern elders, not can't recover from insecurity in 100 years. Say Northern elders, and we have on COVID-19 spike. Lagos oxygen demand hits 360 cylinders daily. That's what the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, is saying on the front page of this journal. And quickly to the picture we have on the front page of this same journal, the Vanguard newspaper. Security rehearsals yesterday in preparation for today's inauguration of America's president-elect Joe Biden and Vice President. Talking about Kamala Harris at the Capitol. We have federal government warning against giving NIN to others for registration and on insecurity. Senate won't fight Buhari to please anybody, says Lawan. Of course, we have our reviewers set to express their views on this platform. Let's quickly join them for more stories. I'll be right back. Chigoze, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mike. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning to you.
So, what do you have for us today?
Still talking about what we discussed yesterday on the ultimatum given to the Fulani elders to leave Ondo State. I think there are reactions to this move by the governors of that state. Now, what's your take on it? Has the governor done wrong by trying to restore peace to the state?
Thank you. Without mentioning was, I think the people voted for the governor to protect their life and property. So I think he has an enormous responsibility. I mean, action that is needed to achieve that, I think is commendable and is in the right direction.
Okay.
Over time, there has been this tolerance between the herdsmen and the herders and the residents of Ondo State.
Not even Ondo State alone.
Not even Ondo State, across Nigerian states, and they have been so tolerated to a fault. You see, and it is high time now we begin to tell ourselves the truth. The governor himself has done the right thing and at the best time. So the level of destruction, wanton destruction of life and property could no longer be tolerated, not even in those states. How could a section, a minority tribe want to exterminate other tribes in order to occupy? That is their main agenda. And you can see what the response of the governor, the president, the so-called president, through his media head, Shehu Garuba, he said that they won't tolerate that. The governor has no right to do that. How could you mean? You see, a president that Buhari, who has failed in discharging his responsibility and mandate to the people. And now the governor said, no, I cannot see my people exterminated by a callous and demonic entities called the Fulani herders. You see, that I must rise to the occasion and it's no longer time to delay. And he said you have to stop him. You can see that it has been confirmed unequivocally that this man called Buhari is not just a sectional leader, it is highly tribalized. You can see his response to when issues that affect his own people. He is always quick to respond. But other issues that borders on other ethnic groups, he ignores and almost give deaf ear to that. With this, you can build up and promote coexistence. So, Akeredolu have done the right thing, and the Yoruba race should rise to the occasion. It is either you do it now and you stand the risk of being exterminated, because their agenda is to destroy and to.
Moved by the governor of that state. Don't you think he should have carried out the operation through another way or another approach?
So, for me, not just the governor himself, the people of Ondo State and across the entire state should declare emergency. It's a state of emergency. There is no other. How could I be sleeping and just to see my mother being held, slaughtered, hacked to death? I see my brothers and sisters raped to death, and it's been tolerated. The president or the Shehu Garuba, whatever you call him, a demonic entity, had not responded. Look, the president had not taken time to visit those areas and the victims of this heinous crime by his own tribe. So how long will this be tolerated? I stand and maintain the fact that it is high time we rise up to defend our own people. And how could you watch your people being destroyed? If the governor refused to stand and defend their own people, when they are done with his own people, they will come after him. So it is high time he stand tall and let posterity remember him for standing for his people, for standing for equity, for standing for good governance, and for standing for coexistence.
Right.
These people has been tolerated over the time. They carry out their businesses, they make their money. How could you now turn against the people? It is quite highly condemnable and could not be tolerated.
All right, thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
Chigozie, I really appreciate you. Thanks for coming on board. All right, Mr. Matthew, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
You're welcome on board. All right, it's another edition of Bystanders at Bystander. Of course, you heard what we are discussing on today's edition of this program, 7-day ultimatum to Fulani Elders presidency, Akeredolu at war. Now, when you look at the way the presidency is going on this issue, the way they are taking this issue, don't you think the Fulani Elders have this presidential or president's backing?
Mr. Mike, if you look at the whole scenario, I think the presidency have made its position known unequivocally. And their position is unambiguous, what they stand for. And again, in setting the record straight, going by what the constitution says, as Nigerians, you have right to stay and live in any part of this country to do your legitimate reserve. Okay. The state government foreign reserve that those Fulani herdsmen should vacate the foreign reserve. Or they should come and register with the state government so that they profile them and know who and who is occupying the forest and what activity is going on there. So to that extent, I don't think the statement from Ondo State government have offended any section of the constitution. And I don't think it have infringed on the right of any Nigerian citizen.
Okay.
Because by our standard, if you own a property, I mean the state government as an illegal entity owns that property, which is the foreign reserve. It behoves on them to know who is occupying it and for what purpose. The statement from the federal government is unfortunate. For me, that statement is unwarranted. Because the situation where we are talking about crime and criminality, kidnapping, and all that happening in these localities, in this environment. Okay. And the state government want to unravel the mystery behind these atrocities. By so doing, they have ordered people to vacate. If you are staying in that forest illegally, that should vacate it. And going forward, if you want to remain there, come and register with the state government so that they will know who and who is occupying the forest and the activity that is going on there. Now, I think the federal government is taking side. And the position of the federal government is partisan. Because by our standard, there is no reason federal government rising in defense of the Fulani herdsmen. They have turned the federal government or the presidency rather have turned itself to the spokesperson of Mietiala. And it's unfortunate. Because for me, what behoves on Mietiala to do, federal government to do, is to ask those Fulani herdsmen who are occupying that forest to approach the state government and through that window that has been opened by state government for them to be profiled and registered. They should go and make themselves available to be registered so that they will know the activity that is going on in that forest. Anything other than that, for me, is illegal occupation of that forest.
Can you shed
because
light, can you shed light on your state?
Now, you see, we have a similar scenario in Oyo State. I was reading yesterday how an activist in the presence of Sunday Igboho visited an Iganga settlement in Ondo State. How he confronted the Serinki of Fulani in that environment. Mr. President gives an order. You see the infantry. You see their impunity. It speaks volume. It shows you that they know that they have a backing. What we are saying is that we cannot continue in this manner. And I use the opportunity to encourage, because if you look at what Sunday Igboho said that day, he said even in that environment, he saw as many as 1,000 Fulani henchmen. He said before he got to the palace, or rather, how do you call it the palace, the residence of the Seriki Fulani, that he confronted 2 checkpoints. And that the category of vehicle he met there is in the neighborhood of 11 million. He said he saw brand new Range Rover, Venza, and some other exotic cars, which ordinarily one would doubt if car of 80,000 can afford. Those are pertinent questions that must be answered. Then again, I think I should use this medium and opportunity to encourage all the southwestern states to make sure that they equipped Amateku to be able to come on offensive against any recalcitrant member of any group. Because from what we are seeing, it doesn't matter the opinion of the federal government. We are seeing a situation where some people are considered themselves into an illegal syndicate, having support of federal government. Because federal government must come clean on this. We cannot be witnessing killing, kidnapping in our environment, and the state government want to step up its security approach to address it. And federal government is rising in defense of this. And again, Mr. Mark, sorry, let me quickly remind you this.
All right.
Don't forget that sometime last year, the governor of Kano State, who should know, once said that to stop these Fulani clashes with community persons, that there is every need to ensure that Fulani personnel who move in exodus manner from other parts of the country, Western South African countries into Nigeria should be stopped. So if somebody like Kano State governor is saying this, somebody who should know, it speaks volume of the crisis we are into. It speaks volume of the nature and manner of crisis we are looking as we are not taking seriously.
Now, Matthew, away from that, let's quickly move to what Governor Yaya Bello of Kogi State said. He said the COVID-19 of making Nigerians not to listen to government's advice on getting vaccinated.
Mr. Mike, if you see when it comes to COVID-19, the virus, and Kogi State governor, I don't normally take him seriously. Because this is a man who, from the onset, never believed that this virus existed. And again, I do not think, if for any reason he's coming out to tell us this, he should give us proof, reason, not just saying for saying sake. If you have reasons and you have proven evidence to show, to buttress your point, I think on that basis we'll take him serious. But just coming out to give us flimsy excuse, I don't think he'll be taken seriously. Then again, I believe that the virus exists. But another thing is the way and manner is being handled here is what I do not like. Because if you look at the attitude of our government, federal government specifically, you cannot be discouraging people from gathering in public places. At the same time, you are going on with this national identification registration, bringing people together in public places. And if you look
without adhering to the protocols.
Of course. Yeah. And again, you look at the nature of our society. The people do not always believe any narrative from the government. So the government needed to draft the traditional institutions, the religious institutions into this process, to drive the process of sensitization, to make people see reason why they should adhere to all these non-pharmaceutical measures put in place by World Health Organization and NDCDC to mitigate the spread of COVID-19.
Where is National Orientation Agency?
It's unfortunate. There is an agency saddled with that responsibility that you have rightly mentioned. But are they doing their job? And again, even if they start doing their job going forward, Nigerians are not likely to buy into any of their sensitization and idea, except it comes from people who they trust, their traditional rulers. These are the two categories of leaders they pay allegiance to. So if you drag them into the process of sensitization, I think it will do us a good by driving home the reality of this virus and by cautioning Nigerians.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Matthew. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're welcome on board.
Thank you, Mr. Mike.
Yeah.
My boss.
Good
My,
to meet you.
okay.
All right.
Good morning.
All right, good morning to you.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at the way this cause is being fought, you see that some states are not really getting involved to. Instead of
Number two, yes. You know, we treat this thing yesterday and the first day. I said I supported the Akoredolu. Decides it now. Now you are now again. You can see where they are going. I mean, automatically they are the ones sponsoring Boko Haram, sponsoring Esme, sponsoring. Automatically they are backing them up. Government are the one backing them up. I was expecting government to say, Akeredolu, can't you call these two people, have dialogue? But the next thing you can see the statement Garba Lawan is teaching out is making people to be angry. People from Ondo State angry. And I expect other governors too to support this initiative. But because they are afraid because of political. Some of them want to become a vice president in 2023. So I don't think what Akeredolu say is wrong. It's true. When you cannot sleep with two eyes. Have you ever wake up one day, everything you see, killing, kidnapping, 100, 200 die. So automatically, I love Akeredolu. And he replied them yesterday, damn, I'm ready. Anything that will happen, I'm ready. That is a governor who doesn't fear. And I like him, we are going to support him. I expect other governors like Lagos State governors, Ogun's governors to support him. Presidency, I told you, we don't have president. Somebody will just come out without giving order, like Garba Lawan or the other Adesina, Femi Adesina. They use Garba Lawan to speak to the elder of the Southwest that they should not be supporting, elders should not be supporting Akeredolu. Elders are dying. They are breaking up their children. What do you expect the governor to do? And I love the governor. I reply the governor, reply the presidency, say he stand on his own message. Nobody can terrorize Ondo State. I love Ondo State. If you go back to history, Ondo State, they are warriors. I love them. They are warriors like a dog. We don't tolerate this kind of nonsense. How can Fulani be killing us? You expect me to hold a hand. When the governor is talking, let me tell you, when they kill us, president will not come out and defend us.
And Lucky, don't you see a kind of conspiracy between the presidency and the elders?
That I told you now, they are the ones sponsoring it. If what I expect the presidency to call, invite Akeredolu, I said, let's go this way, go this way. Look at the statement. And go out. Let them go out. You see, automatically, government is encouraging killing of Nigeria. That is what I look at. That's the only thing.
Now, away from that, let's quickly travel to Kogi State and what is happening in Kogi State. Yaya Bello is telling Nigerians that the COVID-19 vaccine is meant to kill. What way do you think the government could sensitize the public on accepting the vaccine?
If that statement have come from Southwest, what do you expect? If any governor in Southwest makes that statement, by now, I believe they will seize that state allocation. Federal government will seize that state allocation. Federal government will bounce on that governors. Because Yaya Bello is their own son. They ring election for him. Now he's bold, now he can make noise. I don't understand me. So that's why nobody's talking to him. Nobody's shouting on him. Nobody want to arrest him. Nobody want to overthrow him. Because they are the same people in the north. If this statement is coming from either a Edo governor or a Lagos State governor or even Akeredolu, they will bounce on him. You can see say the northerner, they are. You see now. I was saying we are one Nigeria before. I used to shout,
okay,
and some people will be telling me why we are not one Nigeria. I can see we are not one Nigeria. We are divided. Under Buhari, we have divided. I repeat it again. If the governor of Lagos State or the governor of Edo State or the governor, Akeredolu himself, have said this statement, by now, you see war. They will withdraw his allocation. They will either want to overthrow him. They will say, why are you saying that? Thank God, he's a governor, APC governor. Have you seen government, federal government responding to him? Have you seen? You know. That's the question. Have you had anything? That means they gave him power. He said doesn't believe. That's a very that's how will I say? A government supposed to immediately call that man in order. That's COVID-19. I watched American people yesterday, doctors. Doctor, they were crying. People were dying like chicken. The doctor was crying.
No.
So that's COVID-19, I believe.
Okay, now at the end of the door, at the end of the road, it is now end for Donald Trump as Joe Biden will be inaugurated. Now, what advice would you give to Joe Biden, and what lessons do you think Joe Biden should learn from the administration of Donald Trump?
Saying they will only support our president, they will not go to fight. Nothing will make them fight. Automatically, we have not even started democracy yet. We are still growing. Because I look American, I love them. They are happy. Is the economy? Is it security? Yes. I expect Joe Biden should listen to the people first. American first. I'm not saying, but Nigeria, our president first, not Nigeria first. If it's Nigeria, that election could have gone the same way, just like 2019. President Buhari did not win that election. Because of them, they gave in to him. I say opposition go back. That will happen. It can't happen in America. The Joe Biden won that election immediately. There, the instrument work on them, and Joe Biden Trump go. He's going today very well. But I expect as a father, which example are you showing to your children? There's nothing wrong. Trump going to Joe Biden, hand over everything to him. Tell me, automatically, it's a signal in America. I don't think if Trump did not do that, I don't think that it's going to be peace in America. America will be divided the way they divided into 10 places.
Thank you so much.
So I believe, thank you very much. I believe Trump did not show mature. And I respect that, but he just disgraced himself.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sunday, Happy New Year to you.
Good morning, Happy New Year to everyone, man. I love you all. You know, I always say life is not by struggle, okay? We know we care ourselves. And there should be that. You know, I miss everyone. I miss my boss here.
You traveled before Christmas, right?
Yeah, I traveled before Christmas.
So how was the experience?
Nah, see, come. But the experience is not smiling at all. See, I blame the Eastern governor because they are not fighting for the interests of the people. Because when you see what happened on the road, you from the east, you went to park to enter motor, they will tell you 25,000. From here maybe to Abakaliki, they will tell you 20,000, 25,000. Bro, what are we doing in Lagos State? Because of why? Police checkpoint. The driver that drive you will settle police from. It started from immediately you pass west. You be settling checkpoint. They are not searching your motor. What they are after is that money. You don't give them the money, because if you don't give them the money, they will tell you that it's like you want to be delayed in this place. They will delay you.
All right, Sunday.
You don't understand. So
it's
bad though. I'm back. Thank God.
I'm happy.
Thank God.
All right, let's quickly move down to today's business on Fulani crisis. Now, don't you think this will call for communal clash or ethnic war if care is not taken?
If, Mr. Mark, let me tell you one of the experience. When we reached Abakaliki,
Okay.
I reached Abakaliki then, when I was traveling. I saw S-men taking their cow, and I saw a military van escorting the cow with army inside them. They are escorting cow, not human being. It's only one S-man I see with the cow. But the van is just navigating, and the cow is in the back. And you tell me, Oga, we have nothing to write home about in this country. This country has been occupied until that constitution, 1999 constitution, be amended. If Yoruba land will still fight him, they will still stand against him. Those are the people that are fighting for power. They want to go for presidency. And the presidency, you cannot get it. Because the jihadists, the S-men, the Fulanis community will not allow a Westerner or a Easterner to sit in that power. Because if they will allow it, this present man that is in that Aso Rock will not appoint chief of staff from S-Men. He will not appoint IG of police from S-Men. INEC chairman, who? What are you telling me? They are killing themselves. They cannot fight for their people. Who will give you the power? Who will conduct the election? We have done many elections within the same Hausa people. We sit down, they ring it for the people they love. You understand? So you are telling me now that we are coming to a religion election, that we have Yoruba contesting, and if cannot take it, we have Igbo contesting, and you have Hausa contesting. Okay, who is the chairman of INEC? Who is the control officer that will collect the election? The people that will collect the vote and give to the chairman of the INEC. Who are there? Okay, we are still making big mistake. If this governor make a bold step, but people are not in his back. The people that are supposed to fight for him are fighting for the interest to become a president. That they are not fighting. The president that they will reach there now, they are fighting for their children. Their grandchildren, where they never see whether they come or be, they are not coming. And you are telling me that let's fight and see everywhere, S-Men occupy everywhere. Mr. Mike, reach that place, beggar. When we are coming, you see that they load them in the van. They come with the type machine there. And when they reach Lagos, they drop that bag. No destination, no home, nowhere to live. After they climb that bag, work start. Where are they? Do you know them? The S-Men you talk, they are still in the midst of us. They finish here, they enter farm to train their cow. And if those people not wake up, let the state, all the state in the west, let them rise up. The governor, not the people, the governor, because those are the number one in the state. Let the governor rise up, say this is what we want for our people, like Akinodolu who have rise up, where the power will come.
Thank you so
you
much.
Understand? That's what I have to say to them. I don't have too much.
Okay.
Nothing to write too much.
All right, Kunle, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Now, still talking about the Fulani crisis that is ravaging some states. Now, don't you think something should be done by the president? This is a governor that's of Ondo State. I'm talking about Rotimi Akeredolu, a governor that has refused to reverse the 7-day ultimatum he has given to the elders, that's the Fulani elders, to vacate the forest or the state. Now, don't you think something needs to be done? And what kind of heart do these people have that make them feel confident that nobody can send them out of their settlements?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mike. And I'm happy, I'm glad to be able to comment on this, critical, issue. And as what you said, like that something needs to be done. Something urgent needs to be done, right? And I'm in total support, 100% support of Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State. Kudos to you. I think to me now, you are the most vocal governor I've ever seen, and you are the most brave governor. Kudos to you. And this will be an eye opener to all these Southwest governors that are just there, flowing their barbaric all around, trading their people for politics, right? Because life of average Yoruba man is more, sacrosanct than any other Fulani, issues. So you just look there, be doing your politics. We'll get you. You these Southwest governors, trade on the part of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. He's a brave man, and we masses will be behind him, because this country belongs to all of us. The Fulani S-Men did not have a special status in this country than me, a Yoruba man, and they don't have right to kill me. I cannot even hold ammunition on the street now. Police will arrest me, and the police are saying these people. Look at the ammunition they recover from these people in forest in Oyo State. Likewise, the governor, what's it called? The governor for Oyo, is it Makinde? He should be careful, right? You will act. You will do the needful.
All of them are just flowing Babariga all around, going Abuja, coming, going around. They are killing their people. Southwest governor, you guys have to wake up from your slumber.
Now,
Forget politics.
let's come back to Lagos State. We have this same set of people in Lagos State. Some of them are Okada riders, cattle bearers, right here in Lagos. Should the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, wait until Lagos is invaded before he acts?
Now. You see from the onset, I've said
Because
the
Lagos State is very close
the
to
government
your state.
of Fashola is the best government I've ever seen in Lagos as of now. Very principled man. He was on point throughout. Security wise, he was on point. But all those ones that followed him, even look at their slogan. Ambode came. He said, "Gbogbo wa la leko, Eko ni baje." Eko has spoiled already. Eko has spoiled already. There's a lot of foreign bodies that's mixed up, that saturated the state. You are busy collecting tax, you are not looking at the security. This is not Lagos me I used to know. You say everybody coming in, there is no C check, there is no profiling. You say Lagos,
no database.
no database. I don't know what kind of leaders we have. Back to Ondo there, you could remember it was this same forest in Ondo that the leaders of Afenifere daughter Fasoroti was killed. And they brought us some guys as if just to die down the case. We never even heard of what happened to those guys again, the suspects. You see, our people, even our people, we Yorubas, we are too docile. Our brain are too docile. I don't know why. Everybody should rise up and support Rotimi Akeredolu, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. I think he's my governor of the year. He's being brave. He has nothing to lose now, and he has nothing to gain by saying the truth from anybody.
Now, let's quickly move down to the United States of America. Of course, the game is over. It is over for Donald Trump, and Joe Biden will be sworn in as the new president of the United States of America. What advice would you give to Joe Biden, and what lessons should he?
Now, I want to congratulate Americans for releasing themselves from the captivity of Donald Trump, right? And this will even be a new dawn for American. Whosoever want to become president of America from now on, I don't think they subject this guy to psychiatric tests when he was campaigning then, Donald Trump. Because I don't look at him as a normal person. Look at how he's embarrassing the whole country, America. What we have never seen before, incitement, raising people against your country, raising militants against your country. I never expected that. He has no political experience. He has been contesting, he has been losing. He has no political experience. I don't know why American people will open their eye and vote for such a charlatan like Trump, right? And this guy has oral virus. He doesn't know how to talk. And this is a president that the whole world is looking up to, because the whole world is looking up to America. And you are having a kind of nonchalant president that has no value for human being, that has no value for the seat of American seat, the Capitol Hill, that has no value for White House. And I think this is the right time the America has to put on their thinking cap and think about what will their destiny be, what their future is going to look like under any government that is coming in. Then, like Biden, I expect him to do well. He's an experienced, he's been in Senate for quite some time, and he has been in American politics for a while. I thought the 3 step backwards the Trump administration took America to, Biden will be able to recorrect it and put them in the right place they're supposed to be, because these are the democratic leaders in nations that the whole nations they're looking at. These are the Americans. The whole world is looking at American democracy as a footprint they'll follow, as a pace setter they'll follow, right? So it is just, I'm so happy Biden win, because all my mind I've been campaigning and I've been having my support for Biden. So I really like and I congratulate Biden. Is now America is sliding. America is, drifting down. So I expect Biden to put America in the right place America is supposed to be.
And do you think it will bring about a positive change to Africans?
Definitely, definitely. He's been consistently saying that he wants to reverse the immigration policy of Trump, and you could see some Honduran guys, the people from the North America and North America or Central America, trying to cross over to America. Due to that statement alone, I myself, if I have my way, I would like to even declare asylum. Go and declare asylum. Because this country, the way it is now, herdsmen taking over the governance of this country, I don't feel safe any longer in this country. I don't feel safe. There's no social security. There's no, the economic security. There's no, security generally in Nigeria is in comatose. Insecurity all over. Insecurity all over.
Thank you so much, Kule. I really appreciate. And quickly to David before we go. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekule, and it's good to keep it real with you.
All right, it's good to keep it real.
We've made a new development milestone.
Okay.
We've gone live.
We've gone live, and we are live now.
We are live.
Okay, North can't recover from insecurity in 100 years. This is a very, very great word. And which, let's quickly move down to Ondo State, which is the controversial place for now. Akeredolu is a man of great intellect, and which very sound, and is showing it to the world. Now, don't you think, just like I asked some of our reviewers, don't you think some other Southwest governors need to come together and fight this cause instead of leaving Akeredolu to fight it alone?
Thank you, Mr. Kadekuli. I think on this aspect of it, Akeredolu has every right. He's the chief security officer of the state. He has every constitutional right to protect the people. He swore the oath just to protect them, and just like what he has done yesterday. But my question is Fulani herdsmen, are they remitting money to the federal coffers? Are they paying? See, it's moved.
7-day ultimatum to vacate.
Mr. Makadekule, that is, to me, everything he said here has what constitutional backing and procedure. What he said was that if you want to make use of this government forest reserve, you guys should come register with us. Let us know people. Let us know this individual making use of this government facility. That has not called for chaos
or for reactions.
It has not called for reaction from the presidency. Why are they always backing these Fulani men if there is no nexus, if there is no link between them? I still want to believe, is government benefiting from this act of what? From this
act of terrorism?
From this act of terrorism. Because you cannot always at every point stand to defend these people. At every given time, you seem just to take side. A governor has every constitutional right to protect his land. And then Mr. Kadekule, why is it that the government does not want, the government of the day doesn't want harm on this so-called Fulani, and these people are perpetrating evil to the society? I'm surprised. Kaba Shehu will just come up and say, "Okay, the land," and the governor has not said anybody should. He said, "Let us know people making use of this government forest reserve." And the forest in question belongs to the state government.
And have we seen any drastic from the president?
Have we done what?
Have we seen any drastic move from the president to stop this menace?
He has not made any drastic move to it. He should, I think, as a public figure, as the head of this ethnic group, he should call his people into order. You cannot be perpetrating evil across the nooks and corners of this federation. It's uncalled for. is uncalled for. The same constitution that binds the president binds Akeredolu too. Nobody should act out of constitution. But see, the way he's doing, he's even giving them more power. He's even giving them more what ego, just to carry out this their perpetrated evil. The way the president, because all what Akeredolu said was that, come, let us dialogue. Okay, let us know how many people are making use of this government reserve. Now, Kama Shehu yesterday tweeted and said nobody should leave the state. What is his business? What is his business? And the governor in question did not give anybody warrant, quick notice to leave state. When the Northern Elders Forum gave Bishop Kuka quick notice, I mean Sokoto, why didn't he also defend Bishop Kuka? Why didn't he also defend them? He should have also, since he's working for the presidency, he also had the right to work just to defend Kuka. But he was for one. He refuted that claim. He didn't do anything. Now, because of his own people, now he had to rise just to defend them. It's so worrisome for every average Nigerian that the president is being biased.
All right, David, before we go, because of our time, what's your own take on Nigeria's adherence to COVID-19 protocols?
Adherence. Every Nigerians been complaining. Just like you can see, I have my nose mask on me, and then you are putting yours, and then just like
everybody.
Compared to some Nigerians who still don't believe that the virus exists.
Just like what?
Just like
the
vagabond we have in power. He's a vagabond because I call him and opportunist in power.
Who is the person?
Yabelo. Did he work for it?
He said the person is meant to.
He got the power on a platter of gold. Did he win the election? So now see, what do we expect from an opportunist? He will say, I don't believe in the state of Nigeria. A person like this, a public figure, should be saying this. A public figure, a number one person in the states. Now, if you, as a public figure, are saying it, what do you expect the indigenous of the states? They will not adhere to it. They will not adhere to it. They will not start it.
And that's going to cause a lot of havoc there.
And it will cause havoc. And the presidency is not even saying anything, just to caution him. Now, all what Kabashe is saying is that some persons should not leave Ondo State. That is their own concern. And what their own man is here doing something else. Why would you say you don't believe that COVID-19 could be more than real?
All right, thank you so much, David. I really appreciate you for coming. All right. And on this note, I say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Behind the camera, I have my very good editor there, talking about Michael Ojo. You can also subscribe to our sister channel, talking about Flip TV Plus. You can subscribe to Flip TV. And join me on Facebook, Michael Temitaya Adekunle. Have a good day, everyone.